So you're now paying $15 a pound for steak at Walmart. And who knows where that came from, meaning what country did it come from? Hopefully the US, but there's no guarantee. A few things I want to talk about today. Please stay tuned to the rest of this video. I went to a Walmart today. I don't like Walmart. I don't shop at Walmart, but I know that there are people who don't have any options, who don't have a choice, who have to shop at Walmart. So I took a quick stroll through Walmart just to see what was going on. So stay tuned to the rest of the video. I'm going to add that to this video. But a few things I want to talk about is as far as preparations. Many of you preparing right now, many mentioned oxygen absorbers like these right here. So when you have MYLAR bags like this, these are some small ones, I think these are 1 gallon, you can get bigger ones. You add an oxygen absorber or two into those bags. After you pull out as much air out of those bags, as much oxygen as you can out of those bags, you would add an oxygen absorber or two into that bag and then seal it shut with heat. So this stuff is extremely cheap. You can order this online today. You can get it, MYLAR bags to put that rice, the beans, the flour, all those foods in there, and you can store this stuff for years. So this stuff is pretty inexpensive, and you can get this stuff right now, and every one of us needs to be doing that. Another thing I've mentioned many times, a jet boil like this. This is incredible. It's very compact. You can keep these in your car. You can keep it at the house, at the office. Very portable, very compact. Has a little propane canister that goes on the bottom. This thing burns extremely hot. Sounds like a little jet engine. And you can heat up 16 ounces of water in like 2 minutes with one of these things. So you can pour it into your emergency food. You can make coffee. You can make a soup. You need to cook food, right? So you need hot water. So this is so important to have. And again, not that expensive. I think these things are like $100, $150 depending on the setup. Has a little carry bag like this. You can throw it in your go bag. You can throw it in your trunk, whatever. Very versatile, very compact, very inexpensive. And get extra propane canisters so you can run these things. So important. This right here, gold. So important. And we are seeing record gold sales taking place right now. So what do people know that we're seeing record gold demand, record gold sales? The Mint, I talked about this about 5 days ago. The Mint, record-breaking gold eagle sales. So something is no doubt going on. You know that central banks across the globe are stockpiling gold. We talk about China, Russia, India, so many countries. Their demand for gold, and now the talk of currencies being attached to gold, a gold-backed currency. This could happen. Doesn't mean it's going to happen tomorrow, next week, or even next year, but it could happen 5 years from now, 10 years from now. 10 months from now, some nation out there could have a gold-backed currency. Maybe it's 20, 40, 30, 50% back to gold. I don't know. But something is going on. Jamie Dimon with his vaults loaded with gold, loaded with silver. Most of you know that Jamie Dimon's vaults, he has that Chase, JP Morgan Chase has more above ground physical silver than anybody on planet Earth, and I wonder why. So this stuff is attainable, and in my opinion, it's still cheap. Under $2,000 an ounce, it is so cheap. They're suppressing it, they're beating it down, and I think, and this is not financial advice, but I think, as far as I'm concerned, it's a good idea to take advantage of the sales and play the game. This stuff is not going anywhere. It's going to be here till the end of time. Also, let's talk generators. If you have the means, I think having a generator now is so important. I know people that have gas generators, diesel generators, solar generators. I think if you can have a system I think it's incredibly smart to do. Even some of these small little solar generators that will allow you to operate your phone and your computer and things like that that you can put in your backpack. So important to have right now. And right now, as we see food production now collapsing because of the fertilizer shortage and the fertilizer costs, the scarcity in diesel. We're not just seeing diesel prices exploding, we're actually seeing shortages of diesel. And people have been writing me continuously about how they've gone to the gas station and they were only able to get $75 worth of gas. So you could be paying $7 or $8 for a gallon of gas, but they're only going to give you $75 worth of gas. And for many people, if you're driving a big SUV, that's only maybe a half a tank. So that's concerning that now we're seeing rationing at so many gas stations now. And I was reading an article last night, pain at the pump. Gas costs nearly $10 a gallon at a Mendocino, California gas station. Mendocino, $10 a gallon. Coming to a town near you, ladies and gentlemen, I'm paying nearly $7 where I live right now. The average price of gas in California is over $6. I believe it's $4.71 nationally. And we all know it's going to go above $5, and it could go much higher than that. Another thing I want to talk about, article came out a couple days ago on the hedge. Real estate agents raked in $3.9 billion in triple P loans only to pocket the money amid the housing boom. So agents were making money selling homes, making money with triple P loans. And as I was out today, driving around, people are pumping $6 and $7 gas like it's water. People are running up the credit cards. People are out eating. People are out shopping. Everything seems fine. And many of you just think, is there really a problem out there? Am I the only one that believes there's a problem? No, you're not alone. There's a huge, huge problem out there. But we still have a lot of this free money, such as triple P loans, that went to people who should be prosecuted for what they did. Businesses who should be prosecuted for taking this money when the money didn't go to the people or the businesses that really needed it. It went to people who were doing quite well, such as these real estate agents, selling homes, having an income, making money, and then obviously ripping off the system and ripping off people who really needed the money. But these are the people out there, not just real estate agents. A lot of people, a lot of businesses out there took this money fraudulently, and they're out there buying the Lambos, buying the McLarens, buying the Ferraris, buying nice cars, going out to dinner, having nice dinners, able to do the Las Vegas weekends. And it looks good because there's so much of this money still floating around out there. And yet I see more Lambos, McLarens, and Ferraris than I ever have. And I wonder why that is. I wonder how much of this triple P money went in to those McLarens, Ferraris, Lambos, what have you. How much of this money is floating around this economy right now in Las Vegas, at some of these high-end restaurants, that was this triple P money that was intended to go to people who needed it, not to people who didn't need it, who just used it to buy exotic cars, exotic meals, and take exotic vacations. So we're seeing that right now, but this is all running out. And I really, truly hope, and it probably won't happen, but I truly hope that each one of these people that did this are prosecuted to the highest extent. But again, they'll probably be rewarded and they'll keep their Lambos. But the money's running out, ladies and gentlemen. There's no doubt about it. And millions of people right now continue to suffer. And we've talked about the restaurant industry, inflation, tight labor market, minimum wage increases, continuing to hammer and beat down restaurants. They are raising their prices. They're shortening their hours. The staff is horrible. The service is horrible. A lot of the food is horrible. Portions are smaller. And people just are not going to want to go out to eat because of the service and the poor quality, or they just can't afford to. Very few restaurants that I've been to over the last couple months really have impressed me at all. And many of you are right. I should just be eating at home. A lot of people tell me, don't go out to eat, you should just eat at home. I understand that, but when you work and you have an erratic schedule, sometimes you have to go out to eat. But I get it, and many of you are right. You gotta, if you want to do something right, or if you want something done right, you got to do it yourself. And apparently now, if you want a good meal, you have to stay at home, cook it yourself. That way, you know where the food's coming from and who's preparing it, and you're kind of knowing what you're getting, right? So I can go to my butcher, I can get a good piece of beef, I can cook it. I know that it came from a good ranch, and I know what I'm getting. And you just don't know what you're getting at these restaurants. And so many of them are closed. So many of them are only open 4 or 5 hours a day. They're open certain days. One week the food is good, the next week they're not. So we are going to see a serious disruption in the restaurant industry, and it's really, really sad. But just getting back to gold, global fiat currencies are now at the doorstep of collapse. Does that mean tomorrow? No. Does it mean next week? No. Does it mean a year from now? Who knows? 2 years from now, 5 years, 10 years. Set yourself up right now, ladies and gentlemen. Get the gold, get the silver, put some cash away, put yourself in a position to capitalize on what's coming. Big sales are coming. You're gonna want the cash, you're gonna want the gold, you're gonna want the silver to take advantage of this. And I know that people out there are gonna go, oh, I'm such a bad person because I'm capitalizing on people's losses. I didn't tell these people to take $200,000 out of their home. I didn't tell them to do a cash out refi on their home to go to Lake Havasu and buy a boat or to buy a second or third home. I didn't tell them to take a $200,000 triple P loan. I didn't tell them to buy a Lambo or a Ferrari. I didn't tell them to buy a $9 latte. I didn't tell them to blow their money in Vegas. I've been warning people for years now of what's happening, and I'm going to take advantage of it, and many of you are too. So those people out there, if you think I feel guilty about it, I absolutely do not. Everybody has free will. Everybody has a brain. Everybody has a choice. Unfortunately, the masses want the party to continue. They have been in denial for years. They've been playing in this fraudulent stock market, the fraudulent crypto market, in these Ponzi schemes for years, while they tell you and I we're wrong, making fun of us, joking. We've missed the party, we've missed the boat, we missed the dip. No, the dips are coming, ladies and gentlemen. If you think you know this, oh, buy the dip, buy the dip. The dips haven't even begun yet. The people with money, the people with assets, they're going to buy the dips, but they're going to buy the dips when the real dips get here. And the people who thought that these were the dips, that this was going to go on forever, that the Fed was going to save them, that interest rates would never rise, the same people that said we would never have inflation above 2%, the same people who said, oh, this inflation is going to go away in a month, 2 months, then it was 3 months, then it was 6 months. Everybody's been wrong. You have been right. So keep buying the gold, keep buying the silver, keep stacking cash, keep working the side hustles. If you're working 2 jobs, 3 jobs, 4 jobs, God bless you. Keep stacking the cash, keep buying the assets, keep buying the jet boils, keep buying the MYLAR bags, keep buying the emergency food, keep buying the canned food, keep doing what you're doing. That's what the smart money is doing and should be doing right now. Also, yesterday, I touched on this for a second. Soaring cost of living causes spike in abandoned and surrendered pets. The animal shelters are seeing a spike, huge spike in animals being dropped off. And that really is sad, because these are family members and people are losing their homes. They're being evicted. They have nowhere to go. They have to downsize, or they have to move back in with the parents. They can't take the dog or the cat. And these people are in a really tough place and having to give up their animals. And so make sure that you take the time to put food and supplies away for your animals. I pray that you're never in a situation like this. It's a hard situation to be in, to lose a pet, to have to give a pet up. it's a tough situation, no doubt about it. And people, there's a lot of people that are forced to do it, ladies and gentlemen. They don't want to do it. They're forced to do it. So I don't judge them. I'm sure that a lot of them have shed a lot of tears over that. So let's pray for those people, pray for those animals, and make sure that we're preparing while we can for the animals that we have right now. I feel very blessed for what I have and the animals I have. But look, things happen, and you could lose your house tomorrow. You could be evicted, and your life changes. So if you have the means right now, this is why I say, if you have the means, be preparing for you, your family, and your pets. Put the cash reserves aside, put the assets aside, keep stockpiling all this stuff, the food, because you don't know. You could lose your job tomorrow. You could lose your job next week. And this changes your world extremely quickly. And now all of a sudden, you're one of those people that may have to give up their pets. You're one of those people now who may have to go rent a room or move in with their parents. Worst case, you might be one of those people who goes homeless. So I'm trying to give this advice so that people avoid this tragedy, because you know, and I know, there are people in our circles that we are associated with that are going to become homeless. People that are going to be knocking at your door, my door, for money, for food, for shelter, for security. These people already know that you're awake. While they're out partying, they're doing the Vegas trips, they're buying the Lambos, they're living, you know, in the big condo by the beach, you know, taking the pictures at the pool with the $20 margarita so they can put on Facebook to try and impress all of us. These people are going to be the biggest losers. These people are the most unprepared. And if you are unprepared heading into this disaster, you're going to be in very, very big trouble. And I know too many people who are not prepared at all. They wouldn't last a week if the power went out. They may not last 2 days if the power went out. They have no skill set, no training, no security, no food. All they have is a credit card, maybe a couple $100 in their bank account, and their job where they sit in a cubicle all day. And every weekend they go out and they party and they spend money and they go deeper and deeper into credit card debt, but they just believe that everything's going to be okay. The people that believe everything is going to be okay are the most unprepared people. So stay tuned to this video. Couple clips from Walmart. Check it out. I'll tell you right now, the shelves look very, very stocked. Everything looked pretty good, except for a few items. But everything looks pretty good. And that's good news for us, because you can go out and you can buy this stuff right now. As things get worse, prices are only going to go up and the shelves will become more bare. But just because the shelves are full today, that doesn't mean they're going to be full tomorrow. So here's the baby formula wiped out. All this gone. Gone, 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 gone. Gone. So most of you know I'm not a big fan of Walmart, but many of you have no choice in your areas. You don't have any other options to shop at other than Walmart. So I wanted to hit this Walmart today and just see what the situation is with baby formula. Pretty much sold out. I would say that 80% of the baby formula here is sold out. Diapers, very, very wiped out, very lean. A lot of product looks pretty well stocked here, but certain things like baby formula, diapers, gone. So you're now paying $15 a pound for steak at Walmart. And who knows where that came from, meaning what country did it come from? Hopefully the US, but there's no guarantee. So again, no fan of Walmart, but if you don't have options and you only have a Walmart, get out here Get your vitamins. Look, load it with vitamins. Stock up on the vitamins, rubbing alcohol. They got protein powders, your aspirins, Excedrins, Tylenols, painkillers, things like that. Get this stuff while you can get it. And I'm really shocked that the shelves are stocked as good as they are. I mean, yesterday, Costco, completely stocked. The Walmart out here, I'm at the Walmart in La Quinta, California, it's stocked. Plenty of food, although certain items not here. There is definitely a shortage on baby formula. There's a shortage on diapers, but overall things look pretty good. But we know that, you know, this is just the tip of the iceberg. When you go under the water, there's not a lot of iceberg, right? So it looks good right now, but you don't know how long this is going to last, and you can take advantage of this right now and get the supplies and the gear that you need. So again, get the allergy relief pills that you need, the Benadryl, the aspirins, the rubbing alcohol, the vitamins, the protein powders, whatever you need. Chapstick, another thing, loaded. Nothing worse than when you're out there in the sun or the wind and your lips are chapped, dried, cracking, and just destroyed. So get this stuff while you can. Another thing, soap. Get yourself liquid soap, get bars of soap, get extra toothpaste, get the Listerine, get the mouthwash. You got to take care of your teeth. You got to take care of your hygiene. You got to take care of your body. So this stuff is all here. All the liquid soaps right there. And many of you have mentioned so many things in the videos that we should all be getting. Check the comments down below. How about sunscreen? That's going to be a big thing too. In my area, the climate is extremely sunny, hot. You need sunscreen. So these are all things that we got to be thinking now critically about, things we're going to need and things we can get right now that are available. Another thing that comes to my attention is, how are you going to cook the food? You got the rice, you got the beans, you got the emergency food, you've got 100 pounds of beef in the freezer, fish, whatever the case may be. You still need to be able to cook food. So you need to be able to have a source of fire, a source of heat. Look at these Blackstones. I love these things. I have one. My good friend Aaron has one. I love these things. But you need propane to run these things. So this is a great time to get extra propane for your Blackstones. Those extra propane canisters for your jet boils, for your Coleman stoves, extra firewood, extra matches, and again, extra propane. You're going to have to cook your food. You're going to have to heat it up. You don't want to eat your beans raw, do you? You need to cook them, you need to boil them, and you need an energy source. So it's going to be firewood, it's going to be charcoal, it's going to be propane. So get extra charcoal. It's here. It's still affordable. You can grab this stuff. You can get a Coleman, you can get a smoker, you can get a Coleman stove, you can get a jet boil, all these things, and so many more other things out there that I can't even think of off the top of my head that you can get right now. Get it now. Get it now. Because we don't know what this is going to look like tomorrow, next week, the end of summer, next year, 2 years from now. There's no doubt in my mind I would rather be a year early than a second late to what's happening.